Hey folks, Reviewy McReviewface coming back at you. I'm down in the goalie cave today, and I want to show you the goalie gear I've got that is proudly made in Canada, and some other opportunities for you to shop Canadian. That's right. So this is my goalie cave. This is where I do my mask painting, as well as where I air out all of my gear between games. Now, I'm not a good goalie. Anybody who's seen any of my videos before this will know. But, I do pride myself in that a lot of the gear I have actually has come from Canada. So I wanted to go through some of that gear today, talk about what I have that's Canadian, what I want to get that's Canadian, and what you can shop for to buy proud Canadian products made right here in this big, beautiful country of ours. We're not going to delve into politics. We're just talking about the great things that are made in Canada. It's a wonderful country. I'm a proud Canadian. Let's get into it. First of all, we've got the mask. So this is my Swedish chef painted, coveted two-piece mask. Absolutely love this thing. It's a tank. And it's made right here in Canada. Now, unfortunately, Coveted is no longer in operation. However, Ron, who was the head guy at Coveted, now runs Apex goalie masks, and they make a very similar model to this. So if you're looking for a goalie mask that's made in Canada, check out Apex or check out Otney, Protect Sport Mask. These are all great Canadian-made mask companies. The other thing I want to note here is I have my, I don't know if you can read that. There we go. That's a little clearer. So this is my, it did say something else on the side here, and I replaced that with Bork for the Swedish chef design. So if you're looking for a Canadian-made throat protector, which I protect as much of my throat as possible, you can get accessories like that from Coveted, Brian's, Nash. If you're looking for a replacement cage, Guardian Angel Cages on Facebook is also made here in Canada. Some great opportunities there. So in terms of the neck protector, now this one, I've had this for a little while, and I quite like it, even though it is Bauer and it is not made in Canada. But it does work fairly well. If you're looking for a replacement neck that's made in Canada, you can look at Aegis, you can look at Pro Laces, you can look at Brian's, and you can look at Batram. All of them make throat protection that's going to be made in Canada. This one is starting to wear, and when it does wear down to the point where it can't be used anymore, I'll definitely be switching over to one of those Canadian neck protectors. The chest. So the chesty right here. Oh, I've got an old secondhand CCM eFlex 5.9, which works pretty well for me. But again, not a Canadian product. But if you're looking for one, you can look at McKenney. You're going to hear that name come up a lot today. McKenney, Brian's, Passau, and Batram. All of them great Canadian-made chesties. I'm personally looking at the McKenney as my next one. When this one's ready to go, I'm definitely going to be going to McKenney. Same thing with the pants. I've just got the CCM. I don't know here we go. The CCM 1.9 pants with the internal belt cut out because I like to have a little more shimmy room in there. But again, McKenney, Brian's, and Passau all make great pants for goalies, so go check out one of those. Knee pads, again, I've just got the Bauers here. These have been pretty good for me. The Bauer Pro, just with a lot of flexibility. I quite like those. But again, you don't have to go with a Bauer or a CCM product here. Knee pads, you can go with Passau or with Brian's. Brian's does make a lot of great gear. Again, all made here in Canada. Glove and blocker, I do have two sets. So I have this set of Brian's Iconics, which are fantastic. And as you can see right there, very proudly made in Canada. So the Brian's are a great option there. And then kind of my backup set is my Kineskis. My Kineski pads are, of course, made here in Canada. Unfortunately, Kineski went out of business. So can't really recommend you go buy from them, but it was for a while a good Canadian option. If you're looking for gloves and blockers though, Brian's McKinney, Passau, and Battram. Again, all great options there. For the pads, let me go grab one of my pads here. They're in the back. Again, as you may have seen in one of my previous videos, I do have the Kineski retro style pads. Again, unfortunately, Kineski went down and took a lot of people's money with them, which was unfortunate. So definitely don't want to recommend those, but you can't get them anyways. Again, McKinney, Bryan, and Passau are going to be your best bet for made in Canada leg pads. In terms of toe ties, the toe ties that came with these pads are just the typical, they're the bungee style. You can get those if you want a Canadian style toe tie, Pro Lace or Pro Laces. Apparently it's two different companies. They both make made in Canada lace sets for your toe ties. For your skates, now here I do have a pair of the Bauer Connects, just with that buckle system. I'm an old guy, and this is great not having to lean down and over my my beer gut just to be able to lace my skates every time, and I get a nice consistent fit on those. They're not made in America. They are made, I believe, in Indonesia, but don't quote me on that. But if you're looking for a great Canadian-made goalie skate, go check out True Skates. True Skates make a lot of their skates here in Canada. In terms of base layers, you know, I've got an old set of the Bauer pants. They're fine. But my favorite base layer piece is this. And this is the Stanfield hockey shirt. Now, this is the type of shirt that you would have seen guys wearing in the 80s and maybe into the 90s it's a 50-50 cotton poly blend. It's not high tech at all, but I love this shirt. And unfortunately, I reached out to them recently, and it sounds like they're discontinuing this hockey classic, which I'm incredibly disappointed at. And if anyone is listening over at Stanfield's, please keep making the hockey shirt. I think this is something we need to bring back. We need to show people this great piece of Canadian basewear. Let's bring it back. In the meantime, I'm being very careful with mine to make sure I don't wreck it. Other base layer stuff, though, again, you can go with Aegis, you can go with Daredevil, you can go with Base 360. All of those made right here in Canada. What about socks? Socks, for a while I was going with Bauer, but I managed to, I was watching some of those hockeyreviews.ca. If you're interested in the goalie YouTube universe, I'm sure you're familiar with them. But yeah, really, I saw their, you know, they kept talking about the Cut Shield Hockey Pro Air 6 socks, and I also got the wrist protection. Really like them. They're they feel very cool and almost silky. They keep my legs really cool. They do keep the wrists a little warmer than I'm used to, but you know what? Slash protection on the wrist. I'll take a little bit of a warm wrist rather than a slashed wrist. So for those socks, Cut Shield, highly recommend them. If you want a discount code, go over to Hockey Reviews. He's got a discount code on a lot of his videos for them. Passau also makes some socks. Next up, we've got the bags. I went to Canadian Tire, got myself a good old Sherwood bag. It's nothing fancy, no wheels, just a shoulder carry bag. It works great. You know, I did have the wheel bag, but I hate in winter dragging that thing through my house. It just gets slush everywhere. So I'm finding just the carry bag works better for me. In terms of bags, Sherwood, Passau, Eagle, and JRZ, all great Canadian options. That Passau one, it's like a backpack style, looks amazing. Would love to try that out. Jerseys, you know, depending, you know, you might be playing for a league like I am, and the jersey just comes from where it comes from. But I also have a couple of custom jerseys that I've made up, like this one, goalie emergency backup with the nameplate no name. But just in case you're wondering. Yeah, so that's one of my favorite jerseys. That's from a company called Oweo. They are based overseas, but I found that they do have an American presence. So it's not something I'm probably going to be ordering from again anytime soon. But you can find some great jersey options from Passau, from Kobe Sportswear, and from Vintage Goalie. And I'm wearing one of their shirts today. Vintage Goalie is doing an order right now for some jerseys with this sweet logo on it. And they're Canadian made, so go check them out and drop them an order. It's a really cool looking jersey if you're into that retro look. The Jock. I recently upgraded my Jock strap to the McKinney. It is the double cup, because I just had a single cup one before, which was crazy. This one fits really well, really like it. Again, the McKinney brand makes some amazing stuff. And then stick. So this is the level of custom that I like to go to, which is insane levels. And I have made my own branded stick. So I got this one custom. It's just a very basic stick with absolutely no curve in the blade, which is ridiculous, I know. But I'm actually finding a no curved blade. I'm really tight space here, so doing this is tough. But I'm finding the uncurved blade, I'm actually kind of liking it. It goes really well with my retro looking pads. And I'm finding stick handling's working pretty well. I do see my last game, I was facing some sharp shooters, and somebody did take a little chunk out of the wood there. But this is, yeah, wood with fiberglass over the top. I love it. It's not for everybody, obviously, but for me, freaking love this stick. If you're looking for a wood Canadian stick, I would suggest checking out Stix, S-T-I-X. They make sticks with the Christian branding, as well as Northwood, I believe it is, as well as the Northwood branding. Or you can get yourself a Sherwood stick. Again, you know, they're going to be a lower price option. They are going to be a little heavier than, you know, some of these brand new fancy sticks that have come out that are carbon fiber and weigh 5 grams. For me, I like a good solid wooden stick. So there you go. So that's Canadian goalie gear in a nutshell. There are plenty of options out there, and I've probably missed a few. So if you know of a great Canadian option for hockey players or goalies, please drop a comment down below. Let me know your great Canadian find so we can share our love of hockey in this, the greatest nation in the world, the #1 out of 4 nations when it comes to hockey. This is our country. We are proud to be here, and we're proud to shop Canadian. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And yeah, tell all your friends. Shop Canadian. Proud Canadians. We will see you next review. Oh, Canada, our home and native land. See you next time. Oh, and here, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the goalie paint. This is the goalie basement area. So again, we've got the whole drying rack here. This is where all my gear goes after every game to make sure that it is dry and clean for next game. Over here, we've got the collection of goalie masks that have yet to be painted. These are all just some blanks that I've got that hopefully I'm going to be doing some designs on soon, as well as these ones down here. There is all the paints. And this is kind of the setup area for all of the goalie mask painting. It's a bit of a mess right now because I just recently finished a mask and I haven't had a chance to clean up after that. Over here is the wall of hockey flags. So we've got a nice Canadian Calgary Flames flag right there. We've got a collection from the 80s of all of these old team banners, you know, back to the Patrick division, the Norris division, and of course, the Smythe division. And then, of course, this lovely Stanley Cup champion Calgary Flames 1989 banner. So that is the goalie closet. Thanks so much for coming to check it out, and thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next review.